So we've got a dozer that's going to be showing up here in a few days to do final site prep on the new building, which means we are running out of time to get this whole area cleared out. And I got some other news. Plans have changed on the building. We're going to go a little bit bigger. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what the new building is going to look like. We've completely changed the design of it as well as made it bigger. We'll talk about that at the end of the video here, but what we need to get done here today is I need to move this giant pile of logs. I had set these all aside because these were either too big for the Yappa firewood processor or they were too crooked. But what I want to do is get all of these cut in half and staged down in the new wood yard for the 37D. Figure if I'm going to move them out of the way for the bulldozer, I might as well put them where they're going to end up getting processed instead of moving them 2 and 3 more times. So we'll set aside any of the good saw logs somewhere, and then any of the ones that are going to go for firewood, we'll move down to the 37D. After that, we need to get the sawmill moved because we're going to start pushing dirt all the way back where the sawmill is and bring it down here, and we'll use that for fill. And pretty much this whole area here is going to be on grade and level. And then once we get done with that, I want to come in here and scrape all of the crap from the old wood yard off and take it down to the burn pit down there. That way when the dozer does come in here and start stripping topsoil, I don't have all of this stuff mixed in with that topsoil. So if at a later date I've got a nice pile of topsoil I can use for a different project, it's not filled with all of this kind of stuff. So that's the plan. We're gonna get started with this pile of logs.
All right, so we got that whole log pile moved. Now, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that we still need to do to clean up the wood yard is get rid of this entire pile of slabs. So I've got my buddy over here. He's gonna run the saw, I'm gonna run the excavator, and we're just gonna give them to him for free.
All right, so we got that whole pile of slabs cut up, taken over to my buddy's house. Got this whole pile of logs that was sitting here cut up and taken down to the new wood yard, minus these two small pieces. I'll grab those with the excavator and throw them in the burn pit. We may still have to move this pile back just a bit. We'll kind of just have to wait and see on that one. And we got the new wood yard starting to look like a wood yard. All of these logs over here we got moved down here yesterday. That is going to be quite the pile to cut up and run through with the Eastimate 37D. Should be a pretty good test for it. And then we've got a whole bunch of extra pine logs here that were too small to be worth running through the sawmill. So I've got a whole live deck full of pine, and about half of this bunk here is pine. I want to get all of that processed up first before I start bringing hardwoods down here. We'll probably sell baskets of loose thrown pine firewood this summer down by the roadside stand for 50 bucks a tote. Normally, you know, our baskets of hardwood are 125 a tote. I think 50 bucks is plenty fair for pine for people just to burn outside. And we'll make sure we label it as such that it's pine, so we don't get anybody that buys it now and tries to burn it this winter. But last thing we got to do is get the sawmill moved and then scrape down all of the leftover wood scraps from the old wood yard. All right, guys, we just finished up just in the nick of time. As you can tell, it's starting to rain here, which is good because it was getting awfully dusty. Tractor's looking pretty dirty. She needs a bath. But the box blade and this tractor, what a powerful combination. I'm almost considering trying to strip the topsoil myself with that machine. I've made that mistake before when we did the pond trying to do it with a skid loader, so I'm not going to, but I'm just saying the pushing power with that box blade is unreal. Low gear. I did most of this in medium gear. Occasionally I switched down to low, but yeah, really the perfect tool for this job, just to kind of scalp and get all of the junk off of the floor here. So when we do bring the dozer in and start stripping topsoil, it'll be all good topsoil. A little bit of stuff still mixed in, but that'll all break down over time. I just wanted to get the big stuff. But I told you at the beginning of this video, I would show you what the new plan is for the building, and I think it's going to suit our needs perfectly. So if you're looking right now, as we come in from the road right in here, what you will see is 4 bays that are going to be 12 feet wide by 40 feet deep, and then we're going to have a porch overhang on this side that's going to be 24 feet deep by 40 feet wide. And my thought for that is going to be that's where the sawmill will go. We're going to be coming in the gable end, which will give me plenty of headroom to bring the excavator in and load logs onto the sawmill with the excavator. And then we will have a 14-foot lean-to on the back of the entire building that will be 72 feet long. So that's the plan, 40 by 72 with a 14-foot lean-to, 4 bays that'll be 48 feet of interior space, and then a 24-foot porch on the gable end. Now I also mentioned we've got a dozer coming in here, and I've actually worked out a deal with the guy who's renting it to me. We've worked with him before, Madison Heavy Equipment. He's gonna be bringing a dozer in here, and I told him, I said, John, I'm kind of torn. I want to just rent the dozer and figure it out and learn. I've only got about 20 minutes of seat time on a dozer so far, so I really am interested in learning how to run one and learning how to run it efficiently, and I know I'm not gonna be able to do that in just a one-day rental. So I said I'm torn between just renting it and figuring it out, or just having you come out here and do it so that the job gets done quickly. And John said, well, why don't we do a little bit of both? He said, I'll bring the dozer out and I'll come sit with you, and if you get frustrated, I'll hop on and finish it for you. So he's gonna come out here and give us some pointers, and that should be hopefully within the next week or two. So you'll be seeing me trying my hand at some dozer work and grading out this whole pad here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and I hope to see you on the next one, where hopefully we'll be running the dozer here, getting this site prepped, and then we'll have a building going up here soon. Thanks for watching.